Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm releasing this video on Christmas Day, and I typically would write down everything that I would want to say in the video just to make sure that I cover everything in a coherent manner, but I've decided against that for this video because, well, it's Christmas, you know, let's kick back and relax a little bit. And what I've got for you here in the background is a game in the FV 107, the British, what is this, the top era 1 British light tank. That's what this is. And this is a game that is spectacularly good, but just doesn't, despite my performance, it doesn't turn out the way I'd have liked it to. But still, you know, it's not necessarily the destination, it's the journey, isn't it? That's what people say. So I've had a lot of questions lately on you know, how to play a light tank, how to survive in a light tank. And I thought, well, before I get into the details and break down exactly excuse me, exactly how you can play light tanks and how you can survive in them, fight against them, I thought, well, why don't I put a video out where I show a good game so that people have something to compare my later video on, and we'll have more context. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyway, yes, that's my plan for this. That's my intention for this. So we're on Westfield, and I am doing what I would typically do on Westfield, which is play the center of the map, particularly the top of the hill. I like to drive around and spot as much as I can because this map is fantastic for spotting assist. And when you have an E3 out in the open like that, it's always nice to pop up, take advantage of their exposed state, and put some shots in and run away. So typically my plan is, if I come up to this location and spot a lot of things that are, well, spot the enemy team basically, my intention is, oh well, then that means that my team will shoot them and I'll get the spotting assist. But that doesn't seem to be happening in this game as of yet. But I do, if I remember right, we get a good result from this. And one thing I will note when playing light tanks is learn what enemy tanks should and shouldn't be taken advantage of. An E3 is a tough tank. Only take on an E3 if you really feel confident. A Type 63 though, like I just had there, that tank is, it's paper basically, and that tank needs to be taken advantage of. A Type 63 like that is a high explosive magnet. Now, because I was working on 3 marking the 107, and I will admit, yes, I lost. I 3 marked it, and then my mark went all the way back down to like 89% because I just lost the touch. But this Christmas break, I've been doing quite well with it, and I've had my mark going back up. So I'm still sticking to a full premium loadout. I don't have any high explosive in this, but typically, if you're in a light tank or any tank, if you see a thinly armored vehicle like the Type 63, change to high explosive, because instead of doing, I don't know, 250, 300 alpha damage per shot, you can pull off a 500 damage shot, especially if you've got a gun like the one that's in the E3. That thing with high explosive is very high alpha. So it's all about it's all about knowing what targets you can get the most out of from your high explosive shells. So yeah, light tanking is, it's mostly knowing what not to do, and it's also knowing what targets you're coming up against. So I took advantage of, I think that was another E3 there, drive away from the shit barn because, well, it's a shit barn, and I recall, actually, if I remember right, I think I get slightly annoyed with this M24, this Chaffee, because I can't kill him. He's right there and I can't kill him. Yeah, I'll just run away. But yeah, this is another side of light tanking, especially in the British tanks, the FVs. If you're in a Bulldog, you're pretty strong. If you're in anything else, don't even bother trying to chase an FV. Because a Chaffee's top speed is what, like 70, 80 kilometers an hour? This thing maxes out at 100. You are never going to catch him. And as you can see, the gun here just shreds. It absolutely shreds. Something to note though is it's only shredding because I'm loading I have a full gold loadout. That's the only reason it's been shredding the way it has. So yeah, there's a lot of understanding, a lot of knowing what your vehicle can and can't do. You've probably seen a lot of FV 107 games, and you've probably seen it's a similar story with the Armadillo actually. The guns sound ferocious. They sound like, oh, don't get anywhere near that, stay away from it, that sounds awful, that sounds like it would shred you to pieces. Well, yes and no. They only shred you to pieces if you're loading if you've got a full gold loadout. Otherwise, the penetration on each round is so bad that they'll be lucky to pen you. And I've had many a time where a 107 has been trying to circle me, and I've just kept the front of my tank pointing towards them. Every shot has bounced. And it's exactly the same for the Armadillo as well. It sounds ferocious, but yeah, not always as... what is it? There's... It's all bark and no bite. I think that's the phrase. So there we go. We've also locked the Centurion 9 from across the valley. And 2,000 assist, which... it's 2,000 spotting assist isn't terrible at this point. 2,109. It's not awful. It really isn't. But for Westfield, I would expect a little bit more. I really would expect more from a map like this. But, you know, spotting assist does rely on the team. And if the team doesn't do what they need to do for you, it's just the way it is. So, there's me and one other medium left alive, which, well, I think they're about to go any second now, because they've got the shit barn and 44A coming down on them. Yeah, is it any... Oh, I remember, I think he gets smacked by the ship barn. Any second now. There you go. Sucks to be that guy. So I'm now the last alive against 3. And I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like I've got the space, I've got the speed, I've got the maneuverability to, you know, play this in a way that is to my advantage. I can use my concealment to reposition, I can use my speed to reposition quickly, I can flank, I can catch them off guard, I can shoot them from various angles, but ammunition. This is the problem. I have 75 rounds left, and each shot has 25 alpha, I think. Is it 25? Or am I thinking of something else? It might be. I can't remember. But anyway, the ammunition I have is not enough to kill them. And it's at this point that I realised that. So, I already know I've lost. Which is like, oh, I've lost. But, you know what? We'll go down swinging. We will go down swinging. And in my head, I thought, you know, what's going to happen? What's going to happen here is I'm going to get absolutely mullered by one of the ship barns, because there's 2 of them down there. The 44A, you know, you can make the educated guess or the educated assumption that if there's a T-44 on the team, they might be a new player. So they're not someone you'd really have to worry about. But ship barns, they're a little bit different. So I'm at the top of the hill, putting in 1 shot at a time just to get the cap reset. Which, yeah, you've reset the cap, but what for, really? You know, you've just got to get in there and try your best to have as much fun as possible at this point. So now, got this cat going mental. Yeah, it's at this point where I think to myself, you know what? I'll drive into the map boundary because reasons. And they both miss. Whew. That could have been the end of this game. But both of them missed. So I'm in the cap. I'm resetting them. I've only got 44 rounds left. There go another 6. Yeah, I know I've not won this game. I know I haven't. But I will get as much damage in as I possibly can. So, shit barn misses again. So that's 3 shots missed. There's another. That's a T-44. So that's, yeah, you know, he wouldn't kill me with that shot. But, there we go. 2 rounds left. And we're done. That's it. Nothing left. So now all we can do is just try another shot. Another shot missed. Lock the gun up in the air because there's nothing we can do. 3 seconds left on the cap. And that's it. Game over. 6,000 damage, 2,100 assist, over 8,000 combined, and this was just one of those spectacular, beautiful failures. An absolutely fantastic game that just didn't work out. It wasn't meant to be for me. Despite that performance, 6 kills in the 107. That is that's I was gonna say staggering. That's impressive. That really is good. And yeah, I'm blowing my own trumpet now, but that really is good. So there you have it, guys. That is my light tank game. That's the one that I'm gonna leave with you on Christmas Day. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. I hope you have an excellent New Year. It's been a cracking year. 2022 has been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but it's been spectacular, and I've really enjoyed playing this game throughout the year and sharing my experiences with you guys. So if you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you're all keeping well, and I will see you out there.